You know those neat little boxes we're taught to put animals in? The ones that say mammals have fur and give birth to live babies, while birds, reptiles, and fish lay eggs. It seems straightforward, right? Well, it turns out the natural world isn't a fan of our rules. Today, we're going to explore what really separates the egg layers from the live bearers, and we'll meet some bizarre and fascinating exceptions that completely blur those lines. By the end of this, you're going to see the animal kingdom in a whole new way. First, let's recap the basics we all learned. On one side you have the egg layers, which scientists call oviparous animals. This group is enormous. You've got birds laying hard-shelled eggs in nests, reptiles burying leathery eggs, amphibians laying jelly-like eggs in water, and fish and insects that might lay thousands of eggs with almost no parental care. It's an ancient strategy that has worked for hundreds of millions of years. On the other side you have the mammals. Almost all of them are viviparous, meaning they give birth to live young. We think of a mother carrying her baby inside her, keeping it safe and feeding it through a placenta until it's ready to be born. The classic features we learn are warm blood, hair or fur, and of course feeding their young with milk. For the most part this system works, but it all falls apart when we go to Australia and New Guinea, home to a group of animals that look like evolution built them from spare parts. This is where the story gets wonderfully weird. Let me introduce you to the monotremes, the duck-billed platypus, and 4 species of echidna, which you might know as spiny anteaters. These animals are absolutely mammals. They're warm-blooded, they're covered in fur, and they produce milk to feed their babies. But they do something that seems to break the biggest rule of all: they lay eggs. This isn't just a party trick, it's a window into the distant past. Monotremes are a living link to an ancient line of mammals that split off from the rest of us over 150 million years ago. They kept some of their ancient reptile-like habits while also evolving the key traits that make a mammal a mammal. So, how does it even work? A female platypus will lay 1 to 3 small leathery eggs, a lot like a reptile's, inside a nesting burrow. She then curls around them to keep them warm for about 10 days. An echidna mother has it a bit different. She develops a temporary pouch on her belly to keep her single eggs safe and warm. When the babies, called puggles, finally hatch, they are incredibly tiny and underdeveloped. This is where another unique monotreme feature comes in. They have mammary glands and make milk, but they don't have nipples. Instead, the mother basically sweats milk from pores on her abdomen, and the puggles just lick it right off her fur. The fact that monotremes even exist forces us to ask a bigger question. If giving live birth isn't a strict requirement, then what actually defines a mammal? The answer isn't just one thing, but a handful of traits. The most critical, non-negotiable feature is the one that gives the class its name: mammary glands. Every single mammal, from a platypus to a person, produces milk to feed its young. Other key features are having hair or fur at some point in life, and possessing 3 tiny distinct bones in the middle ear that are crucial for hearing. These are the traits that tie together all 6,000+ species of mammals, whether they hatch from an egg in an Australian burrow or are born in a hospital. Live birth might be the norm for 99% of mammals, but it's not the universal ticket into the club. The monotremes are proof that nature cares more about what works than about following our tidy rules. If you're enjoying figuring out nature's strangest rule breakers, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. There are so many more evolutionary puzzles for us to solve together. So why are there different strategies in the first place? It really comes down to an evolutionary cost-benefit analysis. Laying eggs is the original method, handed down from the reptilian ancestors of all mammals. It's less demanding on the mother's body. She isn't weighed down by a long pregnancy, which makes it easier to hunt for food and escape from predators. But live birth offers a huge advantage: protection. By keeping the embryo inside her body, the mother shields it from danger and bad weather, giving it a much better shot at survival. This extra investment of time and energy is what allows for the development of more complex animals with resource-hungry organs, like our big brains. The monotremes simply found a successful middle ground. They thrive in their specific corners of Australia and New Guinea, which is a testament to the fact that their ancient mix of traits is still incredibly effective. Live birth may have become the winning strategy for most mammals, but the survival of the monotremes shows that in evolution, there's no single best way to do things, only what's best for a certain environment and a certain lifestyle. So, what really separates egg layers and mammals? It's clearly not as simple as eggs versus live babies. The one true unifying trait of all mammals is milk. The monotremes, with their reptile-like reproduction and distinctly mammalian way of caring for their young, aren't just an exception to the rule. They are a living, breathing history lesson. They remind us that the lines in biology are often fuzzy and that evolution is a messy, creative process that results in the incredible diversity of life we see today. What do you think is the most fascinating thing about the platypus and echidna? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.